Because culture is what carries captivity through generation. And so when one generation agrees with a captivity mindset, they teach the next generation, and by the fourth generation nobody questions it because it's culture.
Let's welcome on stage
Apologies. I had to mourn for all those that lost something being caught in the crosshairs of two egomaniacs that wanted to prove something so bad they forgot the essence of their talents. I'm not bashing them, I'm just saying. In 2008, there was a Sting performance again, and this guy, Isaiah Lang, a feared policeman, quote unquote, was the owner of Sting Promotions, a music promoting company. This guy, I guess, wanted to cash in on the beef, so he invited Vybz Kartel and Mavado again to his concert because, you know, who didn't want to see those two go head to head IRL. It was a show of the decade and no one was missing it. Men, women, teens, cheers. So the show was on. Mavado came through with police wear and Vybz right after with camo wear. It was war after all. Both redeemed their hearts out. The show ended with mixed reviews. Vybz wanted a rematch because he felt Mavado left early before he could respond. And Mavado, well, he seemed to have checked out of it. I guess he wanted to do better for his fans, and I can't blame. That was a mess. A mess that continued because now Vybz Kartel had bleached his skin, and that was something to this madness, I tell you. In December 2009, the Prime Minister Bruce Golding wanted to meet with these two egomaniacs because their earlier kumbaya facade wasn't working and it was time for this to end, literally. So Vybz Kartel and Mavado came through, they went to the meeting and they said they were cordial, not enemies. Kikid about it, saying things were cool and it was just music, you know, the usual. This wasn't just music, and you'll know it. Nonetheless, things seemed to cool off after the 3 resolutions from that meeting, including painting on the graffiti walls because it was messy, a joint concert, and collabo. I mean, Jamaicans and Peace concert got together real bad, word to Bob Marley. Mavado was later caught up on an illegal firearm charge, and I don't know where he is. Wait, is he the guy from Mavado Washroom? Alright, what she needs, gala get him what she need, or is that a different one? Tell me on the comments down below. Vybz Kartel became an international superstar. He released Wampin Sharp with Spice. I wanted to say Ice Spice, which was on US Billboard, and Clarks, which also dominated the airwaves internationally and increased the sales of Clarks in Jamaica. I don't know, I think Vybz had that spirit behind him, just the spirit of messiness and chaos, because listen to this, he actually was super influential, right? Clarks was a banger till this day, right? Seeing that, he started his own shoe line called Addy and allied with Corey Todd to produce a ram line called Street Vibes Ram. Okay, that's okay. A condom line? Dagorin CD? Bro, I can't. I just can't. I mean, why would I expect anything from Vybz Kartel after this? But let me finish. And they also sold a quote-unquote cake soap. Cake soap? Yeah, apparently it's used on skin that is bleached or lightened, which Vybz had. Guys, save me. I'm joking. It's really hard not to judge this guy. Apologies to his fans, yo. But this wasn't it. I guess the life he had lived was, tough. Actually, no, scratch that. This guy actually came from a good background. It's that his choices. Yo, Kesan. 2009 to 2010 was Vybz King of Dancehall era. He got a big deal with the Jamaican network to star in his reality show Teacher's Pet, where he lived with 20 women fighting for his attention. You know how that goes, just some raunchy, slow vibrational Christian rock, Blueface-ish. It was the first reality deal and a big one ever done in Jamaica, so it was really big deal. Of course, it was later banned after the controversy of Vybz Kartel's arrest, but banning, expelling Vybz Kartel was nothing new to him. He was used to that. In 2004, he had been dropped from Mobile Awards for being just raunchy. Apparently, he also introduced the idea of BJs to the Jamaican audience. Child, it wasn't a thing those days, so you can imagine how people must have felt about it. And in 2011, he was banned from Guyana's radio airwaves. Because have you heard of Vybz music? Fave on your
Dancehall music is so indigenous that, as we have said, if it were to be put on an international market in its purest form, it would be intolerable.
Everybody have to ask, so me get me class. Oh.
After 65 days of trial, delayed starts, 24 prosecution witnesses and 6 for the defense, Justice Lennox Campbell turned over the matter to the 11-member jury at 3:45 p.m. Outside the courtroom, there was tension, and in Kartel's hometown too, in the Waterford community of Portmore they call Gaza City.
This story of Vybz Kartel arrests was actually wild and crazy. Actually didn't know how this went down because yes, I do live under a rock that I make myself. But brace up, guys. Hold on to something because this is about to go down. Boom. On 29th September 2011, Vybz Kartel was arrested on which charges, right? This was a masquerade for the police because after he posted bail, they charged him again with 3 other charges: the murder of Barrington Baton, a 27-year-old businessman from Portmore who was killed while standing with friends. Conspiracy to commit murder on July 11, 2011 was another charge, and the illegal possession of a firearm. So 3. He was proven not guilty. Right, you'd think they'd leave him alone. No. I think they were trying to set him up because he was again charged with the murder of Clive Lizard Williams.
Kartel, whose real name is Adidja Palmer, was convicted of a heinous murder that prosecutors say took place in 2011.
Vybz Kartel and his co-hosts were pissed. He even wrote a book called The Voice of Jamaican Ghetto, where he noted Babylon can incarcerate the messenger, but not the message. This ninja thinks that he's Bob Marley. Okay. Which was a dig at the police for what they were doing. Here's my theory. I think because of the headache that Vybz and Mavado caused on the government through street wars, they were looking for a way to silence him or punish him. Because how he got arrested on weed, then charged for murder, then found not guilty, then charged with another second murder. Babylon, is that you? You're making me want to take Vybz side. Okay, I'm Switzerland. I'm no one's side. I'm on the poor people's side. I guess the Jamaican police didn't anticipate how a headache arresting the people's favorite bad influence would be. For one, they found it hard to select a jury that was not biased. So they could have found no one that didn't like Vybz Kartel. That's crazy. So they had to postpone the trial. Then they had to go through over 30 voice notes of the conspiracy to kill Clive Lizard. I sat through the voice note, guys. I won't torture you so much. I mean, I love you. Do you? Drop a like. But if you want to listen, link in the description for KB's live video that details all that juice. Then the police had to deal with introducing Vanessa Slim as Gaza Slim, who claimed to have been robbed by Clive Lizard, so perverting court of justice by insinuating that Clive wasn't dead. Apparently, he was alive and stealing from Gaza Slim. This is... Oh, okay. Gaza Slim, were you paid? Anyways, the trial took 65 days, the longest in Jamaican history, and Judge Maxwell sentenced Vybz Kartel to a life sentence eligible for parole after 35 years. The nation went up in uproar. What did he do? Why you give him life sentence? This is our favorite bad influence. Why you give him life? The people cried. People didn't like that. They wanted their king back. Their king of dancehall was being incarcerated by Babylon, and they wanted him out. Sadly, the appeal didn't go through, but the music didn't stop either. Vybz Kartel King of Dancehall album was his biggest album yet. This was 2016, and all you could hear was Fever, or Dancer, 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 or coloring this life like it's all in crayon searching. Now we found love in all these crayons searching. Okay, yeah, I do know these songs, but in my defense, I was a dancehall dancer, so it was kind of part of the choreography, and I actually like coloring this life. Oh wait, but I'm older now. I can separate the meat from the bone. Okay, so yeah, he released a lot of records and like 4 albums. While in prison. Told you this one is a hard worker and determined guy. But the question was, how is this prisoner still releasing music? Are they allowed to do that? Actually, no. Vybz Kartel disapproved the rumors from prison, and one producer said that it's his old music that he is remixing to new beats. But the message on his music included current events. So how would he know? Was he a prophet? Actually, that producer ended up dead a few weeks later. RIP to him. I don't know why I chuckled. Anyway, in prison, money talks, and Vybz had lots of it. Plus, police are corrupted, and they are also fans. So if you read between the lines, you'll find the leak. Like I said, Vybz was Babylon, because how else can you beat the system if you aren't part of the system? Think again.
Gold will always be gold. Gold will never be silver. And Vybz Kartel is gold.
Can prison officials stop Vybz Kartel?
It is the work of the correctional officers that have stopped the illegal recording of songs.
Or
Sean Campbell, Adidja Palmer, Kahira Jones and Andre St. John were convicted of the murder of Clive Lizard Williams, to whom I shall refer as the deceased. At trial, the prosecution case was that
13 years, a long time in anyone's life.
Sure.
13 years in dancehall, a lifetime.
Sure.
Can you still be the man, although the sound of the music has changed?
Yeah, the sound of the music changed, but who set the trend? Think about it. Most of the youth them what you see now, them bleach out, them full of tattoo. Who that? A cartel.
After appeal and appeal and appeal being denied, on March 2024, there was some hope for Vybz Kartel, who had now spent 12 years in prison. Dang! The UK Judicial Committee of the Privy Council sat down and concluded that a juror misconduct had happened because during the trial, a juror was said to have tried and bribed the other jurors in favor of Vybz Kartel. This would show that there was a chance that Vybz was guilty, because why would you bribe them to support Vybz if he's not on the wrong, right? Wrong? The jury therefore proved guilty to this. The jury therefore said that Vybz Kartel was guilty because if you're telling me not to say he's guilty, then he must be guilty. I guess that's how they thought. The problem now was the judge in question, who didn't bring this up because it was late in the day, and this was like 65 days later, the longest trial, and he just wanted it to be over, and the police and the media and everyone was on his head to just finish this thing and bring and leave that man in prison because he was a menace. I think that's how he felt. So instead, Vybz and others were sentenced to life imprisonment. So the committee was like, the Jamaican Court of Appeal had to decide to retry the case again. Again, bro. The Jamaican Court of Appeal was like, time has passed. It will be expensive to do that, to find the witnesses and all that, go back, forensic studies, Kartel's health is declining. Guys, we are not doing this again. And just like that, on 31st of July 2024, Vybz Kartel was officially a free man. He was free not because he wasn't proven guilty of the murder of Clive Lizard Williams, but because of the misconduct of the jury. He looked weirdly different though. This is actually because he has Graves' disease and another one that I forgot about, which he is battling and has been battling even when he was in prison. And I hope he gets well soon. I hope that it is something treatable and he'll be okay, because you know he has children. He has so many children and he wants his children to, I think, have a better life than him. I don't know, he said something about his children going to school and being good kids even though he wasn't. So I guess his heart is in the right place. He also got a new fiance, so love is in there. Wish them all the best. Will he release music? I think he has. I haven't heard it, but I'll look into it. I don't know. You know, his thyroid is effed up, so will it be the same? Was this his karma, guys, for the street wars? Do you think so? Or do you think that this was actually just Babylon coming after him? What do you think? Was Vybz Babylon? Comment down below. I have nothing more to say. I think I've said my piece during the whole ordeal that was happening. Yeah, I don't think I've changed my mind about him. He hasn't done anything that will warrant me to just be like, oh yeah, he's so cool, I so love him. But I guess I have no idol worship for none of the celebrities. I just like to take characters and see how I can learn from how they did their thing, their music thing. And I actually haven't learned anything from Vybz Kartel except be hardworking and determined. I mean, he was hardworking and determined in the wrong thing, so I'll take that. I don't know what I'll tell my friends after this. I don't know how his fans will react after this. But well, I guess that's his story. Except as for me in my house, I'll continue serving our Lord and our Savior, Yahweh. And be blessed, okay? Bye!